Mr. Marsh, the master plan has failed. Don't worry, though. Luck is on our side. What we need will be delivered straight to our door.
As I already told you, we have nothing further to discuss.
And as I already told you, we do not accept no for an answer. The tiaras is ours by right.
A perfect rubbing of the code.
There's someone still here? I thought you were closed by this hour. Oh well. You will be all alone next time.
And I will defend myself alone even then.
Such strange symbols. They look very ancient.
Right then. Today is your lucky day. Good night, Madame Tilton.
Read all about it. Teen brutally bashed during the night. The case of the bashed teen, exclusive only in the Daily Newsburyport. Extra, extra! Basher of Newburyport strikes again! Hey, did you hear? Last night a guy was bashed within an inch of his life in an alley near the library.
Really? Any news about the attacker?
Buy a copy to learn more.
I'll take it.
Read all about it. Teen brutally bashed during the night. The case of the bashed teen, exclusive only in the Daily Newsburyport.
The front page of the paper tells of the battery upon poor, hapless Melvin.
Extra, extra! Basher of Newburyport strikes again! Read all about it.
1-2.
It's $2.50 to Arkham.
It stops by Innsmouth, right?
Right.
Teen brutally bashed during the night. The case of the bashed teen, exclusive only in the Daily Newsburyport.
The day was warm, despite the rain. The landscape of sand, sedge grass, and stunted shrubbery became more and more desolate as we proceeded. Our narrow course began to climb steeply, and I felt a singular sense of disquiet in looking at the lonely crest ahead where the rutted roadway met the sky. I realized, come face to face with rumor-shadowed Innsmouth. It was a town of wide extent and dense construction, yet one with a portentous dearth of visible life.
The next to Newburyport is tomorrow.
But I must head on to Arkham. Excuse me?
Didn't I just say that the next bus for Newburyport leaves tomorrow?
Yes, yes. Tomorrow, yes.
But I really should be getting on my way to Arkham.
Then you'll have to wait.
Yes, yes. Wait.
There's something I need to take care of first. It will take about 2 hours.
Yes, yes. 2 hours. At least.
Okay, I'll take a stroll around your cozy little town for the meanwhile. Exotic. A weird toad-like figure. Despite the foul stench, the water seems very clear. Disturbing. Not unless I absolutely must. It's the town hall's massive front door. They seem to already be closed for the day. The label on his shirt says Delvin. Sounds familiar. And looks familiar. Oh my God. Hello.
Hello.
You don't come from around here, do you?
Actually, no. What tipped you off?
The way you look.
So you noticed something strange about folk around these parts. Folk here have a peculiar look. I'm from Arkham. The store I work for has subsidiaries everywhere in New England. Unfortunately, I was sent here.
What kind of goods do you sell here?
We have a little bit of everything. Drinks, food, magazines, souvenirs. Tell me what you need.
I'll have a look around.
Take your time.
What can you tell me about the townsfolk?
Well, they are not talkative with strangers.
I've noticed that.
They never leave Innsmouth unless in the direst need, and they are not interested in any of the comings and goings of the outside world.
And neither, it seems, is the outside world interested in Innsmouth.
There's little to be interested in here. The townsfolk make their living from fishing, and their only recreation seems to be swimming. And everyone in town seems more than able to compete in that arduous sport.
Really? This doesn't exactly look to me like the ideal location for a swimming tournament.
They are very religious, though in a different way.
What do you mean?
They follow a cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Tell me about the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
I can tell you very little. Reverend Wallace of Arkham strongly advised me against attending the Innsmouth Church. He said that the strange ceremonies they perform there are not suitable for a Christian. It was not really all that difficult to follow his advice, actually. Nobody here talks about their religion, and I myself witnessed some outsiders ushered violently away for lingering in front of the church.
I think I saw the church from the bus. It looked quite ominous to me.
You got that right.
Do you know the reason behind the peculiar look of the townsfolk?
It seems to be some sort of hereditary progressive disease affecting the bones and skin. Maybe it's caused by their isolation from the outside world. You only ever see young people about town. Ever since I've worked here, I've never seen an elderly person. Perhaps the advanced stages of the disease forced them to become shut-ins at home. I cannot even begin to imagine what they might look like. It's been about some months that I haven't even seen Barnabas Marsh about. I've only ever seen one man who does not bear the curse of Innsmouth on his face. I speak of the old drunk, Zadok Allen, but he is out of his mind.
Tell me about that crazy old man.
His name is Zadok Allen. He has many of his own crazy theories to explain this town and its folk. Sadly, nowadays he drinks way much more than he talks.
Do you know anything about a refinery?
There is an old abandoned factory near the swamps. I don't know what they did in there. Sometimes I walked by it on a stroll home. The entrance is shut tight with a chain. I swore that I heard strange sounds coming from inside. Maybe it was all in my head.
Do you know anything about the Marsh family?
They are one of the most famous families here, and probably the richest too. I don't know much about them. They are not seen around all that often. The old Barnabas Marsh used to come here with his chauffeur, but it's been some months since I saw him last.
Was his chauffeur a huge guy with a black coat and hat?
Yes.
Rude and threatening too?
Sometimes.
It must be the same guy that threatened the librarian in Newburyport.
Melvin, my brother, works there. I wonder how he is, now that you mention it. He hasn't called in a while.
I'm sure he will. Soon-ish. Do you know anything about the Devil Reef?
I only know that it is a natural formation barely jutting above the waterline. It is located about a mile off the coast. You can see it from the piers, but you can also see it from a distance from behind the square, too.
See ya.
I hope to see you soon.
Hey, wait a minute. These papers are all way out of date. They don't even sell the Newburyport here. Excuse me? I'd like to buy this map.
Those are a dime.
Here you go.
Thank you. And remember, pay unless you can't, and then don't you even dare it.
Is that the latest model of electric flashlight?
Yes, but it's not for sale. I use it when I have to go into the warehouse. The power is out back there.
What do you store in the warehouse?
Mostly just some sacks of potatoes and flour, some chocolate boxes, and soft drinks.
Do you think the warehouse electrics will get fixed anytime soonish?
Hard to say. I've tried calling the repairman for ages now, but his phone seems to be out of order.
Is there a huge demand for flour and potatoes?
No, the folk around here seem to prefer canned food.
Chocolates? They must fly off the shelves.
I doubt it. They're probably way past their expiration date by now.
Do you think you'll ever sell those drinks?
Leave off. They've been in there so long, they must be almost volatile by now. Not even considering the fact that most people only drink booze these days. It's been quite a while since I've had to go back there, now that you mention it. So if you really want the flashlight that badly, I'll let it go for $2.
Here you go. See ya.
I hope to see you soon.
You might find this interesting.
What?
Check out the front page headline.
Basher of Newburyport strikes again. Teen brutally bashed in an alley near... Wait a... Hold on, That's my brother! Even with his face all messed up like that, I would recognize that shirt anywhere. Oh well, he probably deserved it.
Brotherly love. Excuse me?
Everyone blames Zadok. If only they knew what Zadok knows. Zadok's not crazy. Believe Zadok. They are not like you and Zadok. They're different. You don't believe Zadok, do you?
I want...
Zadok knows how to keep his secrets. Don't pressure Zadok. Zadok can be trusted. You know, right? Zadok is out of whiskey. Oh, God. How could Zadok go on without whiskey? Zadok doesn't want to remember.
Yes?
I'm wondering, maybe, do you have that,
What?
that very spirit of the party?
The past, present, or the future one?
The distilled one.
You know that's illegal, right?
Really? Since when?
Since about 7 years ago, when all drinks over 0.5% alcohol were banned under the Prohibition Act.
Interesting. But I can pay, and I wouldn't talk.
We can't serve such needs here, but I have heard rumors.
I'm listening.
In the swamp area, there is periodically a coming and going of little boats. Some say they are smugglers. Be careful. They are not the kind of people you would wish to meet in a dark alley.
What, can't you see we be talking? We don't want to be disturbed. Get lost. Maybe I'm not making myself clear enough? We do not want to be disturbed.
Could you be coming over here just a moment?
Sure. What were you talking about?
Be coming just a little closer, so's that I might be explaining it better. What tell y'all? Be the shipment ready? We be waiting with the boat for the next load?
All's well. We got enough for many a load. The boys be unloading from the bus as we be speaking.
I'm talking about the stash ready to roll out. We got some boats to load.
Ours warehouse be fully stocked. Essex ain't staying dry for long.
Dry.
Phew. Just run-of-the-mill smugglers and not anything worse. That's kind of a relief.
Well then, I'll be off then to oversee the... Hold up! Drop anchor! This just popped back into me head. There's been tell of one or two inquisitive types nosing round town.
Still ye jabbering. Ain't nothing we can't manage.
Yes. Manage.
Nosy landlubber.
Shift ye cargo all. We have some extra baggage to bring aboard. As I already told you, you're good to go.
And the shipment? It's the tally we be agreed on.
20 crates, good to go.
We don't be having room on board for that many.
Rest easy. You'll be getting them all within the week. Enough pointless banter. Someone could be a spying us. Those be the last crates of this load stored aboard then.
Okay, it be settled then. Be seeing you next week for the rest of the shipment.
See you then, you damn fool.
Ah, whiskey. It's pitch black in here. The flashlight doesn't seem to work down here. Maybe it's the dampness in the air. Disgusting! Disgusting! What the hell? Ow! Ew. It's slimy. What the hell? What the? I'll just shove this aside. Hey, I think I found a ladder. So many crates. I wouldn't know where to start. This one says whiskey.
Whiskey! Whiskey! Zadok wants his whiskey!
Yes, your beloved whiskey. You crave it, right? Perhaps it'll jog your memory.
Zadok's mind feels clearer. What was it you were asking about again? You're here to make fun of poor Zadok, like all the rest?
No, old-timer. I'm just here to listen to the tale of Zadok, which only Zadok himself can tell.
Why, but you are so young. What brings you to such a place as this?
Actually, I'm just passing through. In a few hours, I'll be heading on to Arkham.
Arkham. So many times has Zadok been there in the past. But like the fool Zadok is, Zadok has always let himself be drawn back here. Zadok thought things might be different. But nothing ever changes here. Follow Zadok. Now, come here. Why are you so interested in Zadok's pathetic tale?
I'm most interested in why Innsmouth has become so shunned by the outside world.
Why so shunned? Well, allow Zadok to clue you in, my young friend. Reputation is pretty much just a human construct, and they care very little about such concepts here. But perhaps they care just enough to make sure that people do not come sniffing around. Zadok would like you to see something.
Wait up! Where the devil did he get to? Yikes!
It all began out there. Some kind of infernal gate opened in the depths of the ocean. The Devil Reef. The legend spoke of devils dancing upon the reef when the moon was full. Legends, mere stories, but with power enough to obsess and to plant those seeds of insanity into the minds of all. Oh, if only we had known the terrible truth that seemed only the absurd superstitions of these ignorant fishers. We may never know what Captain Obed Mash discovered on his voyages to the South Seas. But whatever it was not mere legends. For his ships returned laden with gold. From that day on, Innsmouth became one of the richest ports in the state. Fish were teeming in amazing abundance. This made Captain Marsh one of the most important figures in the community. But then began his strange behavior. He began raving about the strange deities worshipped amongst the South Sea Islanders, and about how such worship was actually answered, rewarding them with everything they longed for. Many folk, including Zadok's own doomed father, witnessed boats sailing out to the Devil Reef in the dead of night, and returning to dock overflowing with gold, and laden with more fish than could be caught in a 3-day stint at sea. Around this time, people began to disappear. Those who opposed Captain Marsh started to vanish. To blame him for this seemed the obvious judgment. But the townsfolk were blinded by their newfound wealth. And and looked the other way. So, how does Zadok know this? The night Zadok's father failed to return home, Zadok saw the boats gathering around the Devil Reef. Damn their eyes! Zadok cannot erase their chant from his mind. Ya, Katulak Takun Kunglui Magalnaf, Katulak Lai, Pugan Gaftag. Then they threw a large bundle into the sea. Zadok swears that Zadok saw the water's surface break and figures appear that were alike both you and Zadok, but not. If only for their elongated heads and the simian way in which they move. Zadok is saying nothing more. Zadok has completed Zadok's duty and served the first and second oaths. Zadok will tell nothing of how that fiend navigated his way across the sea, nor of his landing in that cursed city, nor of the fallen crosses, nor of the followers, nor of the tainted blood that now flows in their veins. Zadok will not speak of such. Only the cats of Althar speak.
But what?
Zadok will not speak. Zadok will not speak. Only the cats of Althar can speak. Why do you choose not to believe? Why?
He's completely insane. I'm glad he's gone. I was scared he brought me here to get rid of me.